All right, well, today we get to sit down with Kim and Andre Henson from Fox Island Trading Company. Of course, this is Nicole. I'm with Burnett Real Estate Company, and this is our spotlight on one of our favorite small businesses here in Gig Harbor, Washington. So thank you guys for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I can't wait. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of your products. Our team's been using your hand sanitizer throughout this coronavirus craziness, and we picked up some bath bombs for Easter treats, and you guys are just doing some really cool things. So I can't wait for everyone to hear about what you're up to. So let's start from the beginning. So you've lived in the area quite a long time, and originally from Montana, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so how did you guys connect, or where did you start in Montana?
Well, we're actually from the Valley, kind of Missoula area, so everybody knows that area of Montana because University of Washington. Yeah, we both graduated from high school there. I went to University of Montana, so did she. And then, like I was telling you earlier, I actually went to University of Washington for my higher degrees when I came over here. So I actually lived here all through the 90s and everything else, obviously the grunge area. But we actually ended up moving. I actually ended up moving back to Montana, which is where I met Kim. 9 months later, we were amazingly married. Don't let the 9 months thing fool you. That didn't happen until later. And then we actually ended up moving back over here because we had really good opportunities for me to go back into the healthcare and skincare industry. I had some jobs pull me back over from Montana, so we actually ended up coming back here to Washington to work with some companies where I used to do all the education for ingredients and stuff like that. So that's how we ended up back here.
That's fantastic. And we're technically neighbors because you live on Fox Island.
Right.
Fantastic. So what inspired you to start your own business and name it Fox Island Trading Company?
You know, the name's actually got a couple of funny stories. I'll stick to the short one. Coming from the skincare side, when we build ingredients and build those $300 anti-aging products and masks, one of the things that we always found that was lacking is we'd always get the best ingredients that were already pre-made from you by some sort of company or something like that. Mm-hmm. Being a person that was really, really focused on what ingredients did for you, which vitamins were antioxidants, which ones were really good at growing your collagen and stuff like that. Her background in herbology, the great thing with that was the idea, it's like, you know what, we can get those ingredients naturally from nature. So us not having a big farm or big nurseries, we have a small one now, but the idea was to actually process everything as raw as we could and get a better quality ingredient instead of something synthesized or produced. So Fox Island Trading Company came about by the fact that we actually started with beehives and things like that when we trade services with apple orchards for pollination services for apples and things like that, and it just kind of built up a little bit from there. And there's an acronym to the name FITCO, which we'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, that's kind of where it came from. We wanted to be a partnership of ideas and people that were like us, micro businesses that really wanted to focus on shaking hands and grading ingredients and stuff like that one. So that's kind of what created the trading company. It's just an old-fashioned mentality to it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I just love that idea. Now you have a storefront, so you're online, correct? And you have a storefront right downtown Gig Harbor. Can you tell us a little bit? Your store is pretty special because you, of course, feature your own natural products. And what's different about it?
We also feature other micro businesses in here as well. So local artisans that will have a chance to display their wares, and they're all special to us because in building this business, Andre and I travel all over Washington, Oregon. We went even did shows all the way clear in Montana. And in those travels, we always find things that we bring home that we love, that we just adore. And we just think that if we love them, other people are going to love them too. And it's a chance for our locals to get hands on things that we found out in the field that they may not have normally have had access to. So there's pottery and jewelry and all kinds of stuff in here. And they make great gifts for people that are, you know, especially if you're looking for something special that's very individual and unique. You'll find it here in our shop.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, and something that I have been so impressed with is obviously at small businesses, we're all navigating this kind of crazy new world of business with coronavirus, right?
Right.
And you've been able to stay open with some social distancing. I mean, because you do provide hand sanitizers, which are, they smell amazing. Like if people haven't tried them, they need to get their buns in there ASAP.
Yeah.
And there is something different about your hand sanitizer that I really loved. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the hand sanitizer is a little bit different than what you would expect. It's definitely not your industrial strength hand sanitizer. So one of the best clients that we've always had is, for some odd reason, we make a hard lotion bar that we actually formulated for people with eczema, psoriasis, anything that would give you a skin sensitivity, be it from autoimmune disorders or whatnot. So our hard lotions are very, very popular because nurses are constantly with alcohol in their hands and cleaning it, and rightfully so. So one of the things that we wanted to do is, well, let's tackle the problem. So a long time ago, many years before this shenanigans happened, we actually made the hand sanitizer, put it in a base that actually wasn't designed to dry your hands, but still make it about 30% stronger than you would get from your standard stuff that you would get at the store.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, so you wouldn't go around smelling like you'd get a DUI, we wanted to make it. So we wanted to make it with essential oils on top of the proper working alcohol. So every single smell that you're getting that you like, and I love to death because it brings me home, it's actually just there intentionally. It's designed to be an antiviral type of an essential oil, and most of them focus on bronchial issues because that's what we work with. So you're going to find eucalyptuses and rosemaries and clary sage and more. She's the genius behind that blend. So she definitely, but that's kind of the intention, just something a little bit touched different. For those people that constantly had to use it, let's get you something that's just better. So that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we moved from that idea to seeing that, you know, even though our hand sanitizer was very moisturizing, we wanted the option to have something for people to use in between the hand sanitizer. So not only do we have really great soaps that are all handmade and they all have intentions and purposes behind them, and we also have antiviral balms, and so you can moisturize with antivirals as well in between the hand sanitizers to even ensure more safety. So, and keep your hands out.
Yeah, that is so cool. Well, what I love is that when, you know, if I come into the store, I'm not just coming in to get products. I mean, of course I am. I'm also getting an education. I'm understanding better, you know, how these products work or what's good for me. And I love the fact that you can rattle off every single thing that's in all of your products. So, and talk to me, you know, so I learned something too, which is fantastic. So during this, you know, the stay-at-home order and all that, what kind of pivots have you been able to make in your business to keep business moving? So
that was the biggie, right? Because nobody was allowed in the stores or whatnot. And gosh, we miss seeing everybody's faces. It's so fast. People come in here and I feel like a stalker. It's okay, how's it going? But
we can't wait to hug people again.
Oh, yeah, watch out. Restraining orders are coming. But,
I can't wait. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a hugger. This is deeply emotionally scarring for me. So one of the things that we had to do, now we were fortunate enough that before we had a store, we traveled everywhere. So every craft show to aesthetic show that we can think of to talk about the difference between raw ingredients and how to do that kind of stuff. So we had a website that's been built and working for 5-6 years, I think, already. So the good thing is, and since we focus on coming to the farmer's market, because this is our backyard, I felt like we weren't here and we weren't doing anything. It's just, what are you doing in this town? Let's go ahead and tell people about us and whatnot. So we were lucky enough to have a full functioning website that was set. We just had to make a couple of adjustments that we were really lucky to do. And that's in-store pickups or delivery for the Gig Harbor, Purdy, Port Orchard area. It's about as far as we went to so far. Some to Tacoma, but that's because one of our employees is like, I'll drive the bridge. And I'm like, okay, you go.
And that was the other thing, was that we transferred from having anybody in here working, and instead of losing out on hours and time, everybody who worked in the store became drivers, delivery drivers instead, and packaging, shipping experts, so to speak. I've been doing a lot of that. And so, we just have to switch hats and keep, a mindfulness about it all, and be safe when we go out there, and we make sure everybody has masks and hand sanitizers and all of that. And we do a lot of, I don't want to call it ding dong ditching, but pretty much we go do the put the package down and keep going, so everybody knows that they don't.
Yeah, that was my goal, was to become the ding dong ditch champion of Gig Harbor. And I would leave a little present. Yeah. So, and then I talked to the UPS guy that comes to our house daily, and he's like, he's got me beat.
I love it. Yeah, totally. When you're on a first name basis with the UPS guy and the FedEx guy, right? Like, you're
Bill's the best, by the way. Yeah.
So cool. That's so cool. Okay, so you've really done a great job of going virtual and providing these services. So when we can fully reopen, do you think you're going to do anything differently, or what will business look like when we can reopen?
Well, we have hopes, right, as to what we want to do with it. Our hope is that we can get people back in here. Obviously, our passion above everything is, I think a lot of it has to do with education, which is why you get it too filled. Sometimes I'm a little bit too much informative. Ask her. It's a kid her face.
No.
But we keep talking. We're gonna get through this. So it's just a matter of getting to that end point. Getting our people back, having the celebration of being open again. Yeah, we're gonna throw a big party. But we'll see how that goes with everything.
We'll still keep with safety standards. We're all about keeping our customers safe too. So, we don't have any problems with putting X's on the floor and having everybody shop in one direction if all of that is necessary, and it will keep our people safe. But, we do a lot of stuff in here anyway, just because we're an essential business, and we do have people come here and pick things up. And a lot of times it's hard to shop just online when you're looking at bath and body products. So people come in by appointment, and we like that too, because it's personal one-on-one service. It gives us a chance to sanitize the entire place, let people come in and play, and then we sanitize it again after they leave for the next person. But each person gets to come in and pick their own scents and their own smell, and have a better understanding to how the antiviral products work, and where they work, and how they work, and how long they'll work. All of those things get answered. So, we leave with an educated and informed customer who's going to come back because they were happy with what their experience was in here. And so we're going to do whatever it takes to kind of keep with that theme of making sure our people remain happy and healthy.
Yeah, like at the moment, for example, we're open limited hours because there's not a lot we can do with the orders that we've got. So while people are doing pickups and everything, and you came in one of those times, I was so happy. That if we're in here and there's nobody in the store, and you can kind of look at that, that's kind of something that we want to push for. But even if we're open in limited hours, I love the idea of personal shopping and private shopping. So if you can't come in during those personal hours, just shoot us a message. We're on Facebook. We'll answer right off the bat. Or just call us. Schedule a time when you want to come in. The place is all yours. So that way you have your own personal thing. We will leave you alone, or ask any question you want. And do. But the idea is that we were always going to be here. We're going to keep trying to do the education. Wait till you see the store in the summer when we do our blend bar and our wild crafted bar and everything else. It's going to be all about education, and we hope we get to share that with some of the folks, because there's so much cool stuff in the Pacific Northwest, especially right in this area with Gig Harbor and Bucks Island, because we get so many ingredients from here that are so good for you that we can tell you how to get them and how to process them and everything else. So that's kind of the goals that we wanted to do for the reopening. So we'll see you there.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Can't wait. Well, and right before this call, I mean, to that end, that personal shopping idea, I think with body care products is so clever, because sometimes we learn that maybe a product we thought we needed we're using. Like, for instance, I have, like, say, acne prone skin. And so when you're younger, they teach you to basically dry the bejesus out of your skin. And that's actually the opposite of what helps, right? If you put moisture, right? Well, and if you're talking to experts on skincare or on body care, like, that makes all the difference, and you get the results you want more quickly, and in your case naturally. And also right before we hopped on the video, you were talking about something with nettle. Like I think nettles are something we think about here as a bit of a nuisance, and you were saying that that has some really powerful. Can you tell us a little bit about that product?
Oh, God,
I
yeah.
like to giggle about this because I say that God has a bit of a sense of humor, because stinging nettles are really, you know, they can be harsh. If you're ever in them without proper clothing on, they will cause rash and burn that can last up to days, and it can be pretty miserable. But it's funny, stinging nettle is one thing that once it's put into a balm and it's transformed, it is the one thing that cures dermatitis better than a lot of things out there. And so stinging nettle is used to cure itself. so I'm like, well, hey, maybe God put that together for you. It's kind of funny, but
If it's good, he's gonna make it a little challenging for you to get.
right. But the stinging nettle itself has got so many benefits, and it's used in teas and tinctures and in all kinds of skincare and hair care products, because it helps with keeping the hair that you have. It helps growing back hair that you're losing. And it, like I said before, with the help with the dermatitis, it also helps clear up any kind of dandruff issues that you might be having. And it is just an overall fantastic herb that is put into a lot of things. And it's a go-to for herbalists everywhere. If you get a mix for anything from heartburn to stomachache to headache to, you know, a skincare issue, all of it is bound to have some nettle in it. So why not gather that at its most potent form, get it right off the, you know, the stem, and put it right into a product so that that potency is transferred over to your product and you're getting the best use out of it, and it's organic and it's clean and it's from the earth and it's the least processed, you know, way of getting it, so that you fully benefit from it.
Yeah. Don't get us started on the rose hips line.
Well, but I think, I mean, you have such a fun social media presence, and like I mentioned, you know, like the team, everybody got your wonderful bath bomb baskets, you know, for Easter, but you're not just hand sanitizer and cool bath bombs. You are really head to toe body care, all the questions anybody might have.
Yes. So before the store is great because you get to see us at our fun side a little bit. But we actually have a really serious professional grade aesthetics line, the medical estheticians, and they're actually used by dermatologists as well too. So going back to like the acne situation, I always have that big argument with them. Why are you drying the skin when it's going to produce more oil? That's how your body recompensates. So that's kind of the educations and things like that that we'll talk about. So we do actually have it, and you'll see more of that presence here, coming in the future. We're such a small batch manufacturer that we can't make enough to kind of fulfill our estheticians and the store at the same time. But we want to make that available because it's really good products at a third of the cost of the professional stuff, and it's just as good, if not better. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, as people are going through a variety of different economic challenges, I mean, we've both been lucky in that we're in businesses where we've been able to stay working. Unfortunately, not everyone's there, and I think everyone's looking for ways to, you know, cut costs, save some money, and finding out that maybe that expensive pharmaceutical grade, you know, skincare that you were buying, you can get just as quality products for a third of the cost. Like, sign me up. I'm into it.
Right,
you know?
right. And with those shampoo bars that we're bringing in too, and the conditioner bars, you know, both of those they're 4-ounce little bars that's going to be equal to the use of, say, 3 16-ounce shampoo containers. So if you think about how much money you'd be saving on that alone just by going into products that are natural, you're also getting rid of the bottle, and so we don't need to put anything more in landfills either, so you're doing something great to benefit the earth as well. So I mean, it's a win-win for everybody for sure.
Right, and you did mention too before we hopped on here that you're working on moving toward, you know, very sustainable packaging. And I mean, the bar itself is inherently, you know, saves from plastic, but
right.
Yeah, it's just wrapped in tissue.
Right. Mm-hmm. You know, we're just trying to really focus on, when we do get to fully reopen and get everything in, that we bring in the capability for people to come in and get refills. in ways that doesn't require a plastic bottle every single time, right? And so either that, or they get a new jar or bottle, and they already have the pump at home. So we don't, just switch them over, and we have to remain as hygienic as possible in these kind of standards, but at the same time, there's tons of room to still for sustainability and stuff like that for those practices, for sure.
That is so fantastic. Well, I have so many more questions that I'm going to come in and ask you personally about my own, body care. And I'm sure everyone watching here is going to feel the exact same way at this point in the conversation. So I know you are also very, very busy. I don't want to take your whole morning. So if folks want to get in touch with you, of course, we're going to drop contact information below. You mentioned your great website. What's the address?
So it's www.foxislandtradingco.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Or again, we're pretty easy to find on Facebook, Fox Island Trading Co. Everything's just Fox Island Trading Co. on Facebook. If you're in Pinterest, I think we're on Pinterest. I'm horrible at social media. Help me. So anybody out there?
We've got Twitter. We've got Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole 9 yards. We've got email. They'll be able to find us.
Yeah, actually, on our website, we talk about the Trading Co. We were really lucky to have a person, and I want to call him out because he's such an amazing dude. Nate Graves, he's known here for doing a pottery at the farmer's market. He makes the most beautiful candle votives. I'm keep saying that, so he starts making them again because they're amazing.
He got busy all of a sudden.
But he got busy, and he started a company called InGear. So if you actually go to our website, for people that want to check out the actual store for what it is, and you'll recognize what it is because they use it quite a bit in real estate, there's a virtual tour of the website, of our store, that you can actually go in and click on the soap section, and it'll take you and you'll learn about the soaps, or you can learn about some of the other people that we have here that are local, like Steeper's Teas or Fox Island Coffees and things like that one. So, part of that whole trading kind of working with that idea, that was such a fun thing to have, and just having that virtual tour was so much fun. So check it out if you get a chance.
And Nate's available to do that for your business too. One thing that we notice about is that people who come in here, especially some of our regulars, they miss the store. They miss the feeling of it and being here, and they beeline. They know wherever their product is. When they've been here before, not because we just recognize them, but because they head straight over to where their favorite product is.
I love that.
If they go online and click our heading up top on the homepage, what's going to happen is it's going to take them in through the doorway, just like they were heading in here personally and physically, and they can go over and say, oh, I remember my soap is over there. And so they can head straight over to the soaps and look at it and know and see exactly what they're seeing in the store to kind of remind them, oh, and there's the product that I usually get. Oh, it's the honey oak. Click on it, and then it takes you to the website so they can put it in their cart and buy it. And that way it ensures they're getting what they want, they're getting the experience they want, and it just kind of it's a nice way to shop, for sure.
Occasionally we'll move it around, but that's just to keep you guys on your toes.
Yes.
So we're paying attention. Yeah. Very, very cool. Well, you guys have made it so easy. I mean, usually my last question is how can we support you? And it seems to me you've made it almost like dummy proof. Like I've been able to do it, so everyone else can, which is fantastic. So
you're so amazing. And we thank you so much for doing this. And you have no idea how much this means to all of us down here at the waterfront. I mean, we talk to other people because we're kind of a little community down here. And there's a lot of people. It's just a matter of just getting the words out that we're doing the best we can, keeping it kind of open. So the more that you guys can tell your friends about us.
Share our stuff on the website
with all the other
Facebook
little businesses here too. It's the best that we can. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for what you're doing.
My pleasure. No, truly my pleasure. And hey, man, we're a small business too. We have to stick together. And I think that some of the best quality products come out of small businesses. And also it means I get to spend time with amazing people, even if it's virtual and there's no hugs. This has been so fun. I can't wait. You should have seen me. I was like, because I have one of your fantastic masks, like the little fox.
I know, we saw the picture. It looks amazing.
Yes. And I was like, do I wear it? I feel like I'm going to get really warm. So I didn't wear it, but know that it's always with me. It's in my car and I love it. And I think of you guys all the time. So fun. Well, have a wonderful afternoon and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Nicole. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Bye.
Oh.
What? Just kidding.